Hey, what's up, guys? Just checking in. Just something was just on my heart, and I wanted to talk about because I know that we are all, you know, either going through the hardest time of our lives, or we are either going through the happiest times of our lives. It just depends on how you look at it, and also just the truth of the matter. Some of us are going through just heartbreaking things that we can't get up and be happy every day and dance and sing and do the things that we used to do. And trust me, I've been there. And I go through that place and that space a lot because of the things that I'm doing in life. My purpose of talking about interracial dating and putting Black women on the forefront of different things, and talking about those issues can seem very controversial and very radical, but it's just important to me because it's always been my vision and it's always been something that I wanted to do. Interracial dating, I was hesitant on even talking about it or even starting a platform about it because I didn't want it to be I didn't want to deal with the evilness. I didn't want to deal with the backlash and the pain and the anger that people have towards interracial dating or people who are in mixed relationships, because people will take out their anger and their resentment on you and think that it's right because so many people think like that. So many people are hateful and mean and vindictive and stuff like that. So if you have enough people with the same mental illness, people will start to believe one thing, right? So at the end of the day, I just feel like to be a spiritual person, I have to be, I have to speak to everybody and I have to be open to everybody. And it's hard, not necessarily because I'm a closed-minded person to people around me. It's a simple fact that people just make it hard. I want to be there for the people in my life and I want to be there for certain people, but I can't be everything and everywhere to people. You get what I'm saying? I can't always be at your beck and call because I'm doing other things that's helping other people. And sometimes I think that when you start to elevate in your career, in your life, in your marriage, in your relationships, in your friendships, whatever the case may be, where you start to do something positive, people are always going to have something to say. And I've been listening to people's stories growing up about church because I've always went to church and just to pray and stuff like that. And of course, I went to churches that I was like, oh, I don't belong here, or these people aren't right, or different things like that. And I would just leave and different things like that, but hearing people's church stories and the way that people like to conduct themselves in church and people conduct themselves and say that they are people of God, it's sad. And no wonder why people don't have a spiritual lifestyle. You get what I'm saying? There's just the stories I hear. And I'm just like, wow, people really actually, spiritually, I guess, rape people. It's crazy to me. I think that's the lowest form of abuse that you can attain is by spiritually abusing people. But, some people don't even believe in God in the first place. So using his name is vain and trying to lead people astray through his name is nothing. You get what I'm saying? So, I'm not a perfect person. I sin more than I should. I am working on my personality every day. I'm working on my spiritual life every day. But I never want you to think that because maybe things look like they're going good for me, or maybe things look like they always work out for me, that it's because I'm just trying to be perfect or I'm trying to attain the perfection. It's just no, I've had to fail so many times for things to look right. If you came along with me on social media and in my blog and stuff, how many times I deleted my social media and my blogs and different things like that because I was always failing or trying to make situations, make the blog better. So that's just what successful people do. And you could be successful at whatever it is that you want to do. But the thing about it is when you choose to be a spiritual person, or you choose to, live your life for Jesus or God, Allah, whoever you serve, you have to change yourself in a way that is aligned to what you believe in your teachings. And not everybody who is because there's some people I can't look at some people like, oh, you don't believe in God or blah blah this because you have a lot of tattoos or your hair's dyed blue or whatever. Like, I can't say that because that's not the truth. Like, God's people come in the weirdest packages, right? So I just feel like at the end of the day, just respect people's faith, respect people's spirituality, because I have been through so much in my life that I'm supposed to be sitting around like bitter, mad, angry, depressed, and I have those days. Don't get me wrong, when I'm like sad, like because I look back on the things that I've been through, or I look back on the things that I should have done, or I failed, or I wish I could have done better, or and it haunts me sometimes. But then I have to realize, like, I am where I'm supposed to be. And right now is like the perfect place to be, no matter what age you are, to be confused and not know what you want to do in life, because that's where God can take you to wherever destination. Like, I know it's hard to trust in God because people have probably scorned you or hurt you or used God to control you. And I'm not here for you to do anything that, if you don't want to ever buy a book for me, if you don't want to ever buy a shirt for me, that's fine. I hope you do. But if you, don't, that's fine. But if you, feel like because I talk about God that it rubs you the wrong way or whatever the case may be, that's a personal problem. But, I truly believe in God, and I truly believe that, like, He has done, just amazing things for me. And to change me to a person where I was just like, I was so confused and I was so depressed, and to not like, to have a little bit of like, okay, I have a little bit of clarity, is life changing. And I know, like, if you're confused, it don't matter what age you are or how old you are or what color you are or what gender you are, you could be confused in life, and you could have, troubles and sadness and pain and anxiety. And it's hard, like, I know every day getting up and doing something you hate, or getting up and doing something like that, like living the same day over and over again, or getting up and being around people who don't love you or who don't care about you, and you still have to like move like they do. Like, that is that's hard. That's hard. And to have people misunderstand you because they think it's your fault because relationships ended, or they think it's your fault because like you want to change and be better. It's always, you have to have this survivor's guilt, and I never, like, I don't know, I just want to say, in the months to come, elevation is near and success is near, and with that comes more demons and more devils. So people are they're going to try to knock you down, like, they're going to try to knock you down. And I just want you to know that no matter what the case may be, no matter what they try to do, that you are still loved, and you will always like overcome. Always overcome. Last night I stayed up and I prayed like till 5 in the morning. Hi. I prayed till like 5 in the morning because I was just up, and I was just up thinking about people, and I was up thinking about I don't know, just hearts. Sometimes God will do that. So God will wake me up in the middle of the night, and I'll be up anxious about certain things, or I'll be up just like sad about certain things, and I'll have to pray on it. And then I pray and I'll feel a little bit better. The things that I've, if I hurt people, I feel, sometimes I'll get up and I'll feel a little guilty about it. So I'm like, okay, God, I'm praying for their hearts. I'm praying for them to, get better. I'm praying for them to, forgive me for the things that I've done. And then, I move forward and then, pray for other things that matter and stuff like that. But, not saying that doesn't matter. I'm saying like other things that like, like society and people who are depressed and suicide and stuff like that. Like, that's what I try to pray for, because I know, like, those are the things and the people that people don't really pray about. I was reading up on that dancer Twitch, and if you're in the dance community or in TikTok, Twitch, and especially watching Ellen, I knew him as a DJ there, and not like personally, but like on TV. And he was just entertainment. He was always a dancer, and that's what he was known for, being on the Ellen show. And he was funny, and he was kind of like the second, like the co-host, the second host on Ellen, And hold on, y'all.
Looks like we're gonna need a mouse tool to help us. Everybody say, oh,
okay. I'm about to make you some breakfast, okay? So, yeah, he was like co-host on Ellen, so people kind of got attached to him and knew him through the years of her being on the show. And just being in the dance community, you get attached to him because he was like so on Solo You Think You Could Dance and stuff like that. And for him to look like he's happy and loving and he has a family, and for him to commit suicide is crazy. Like, I was just looking, because it was like so unexpected, because I was like, I just watched one of his TikTok videos or something like that. I was watching his YouTube channel because I follow them on YouTube, and I was just like, this is crazy. Like, it's just so much pain. And then I was talking about the music industry and the death of Takeoff, and how it's just like how that industry is just going rampant. So many rappers are just dying, and my lips are so dry because I've been like up praying and talking and praying and talking. I have any lip gloss. Oh, here's some lip gloss. But yeah, it's crazy to like how just society is going. And I'm trying to be positive sometimes, but sometimes I lose faith in, not in God, but like in humanity. I know that's terrible, because just the way that people are just reacting right now, and just the evil that's in society. And it's always been there. It's not like this is the first time, people are doing what they're doing. But it's just like, I guess it's the first time on social media that we're seeing it actively happen, and it just seems like it's more rampant now. Like, it just seems like people are just taking people's lives like nothing. Like, people are forgetting that there is a God and there is a universal law, and that you have to pay for stuff like that. And people are just like, just losing themselves, and I, as a spiritual person that wants to like heal people and bring people peace, and I get like a little fearful sometimes, because I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. Am I putting myself in front of of a loaded gun, doing these things? Am I, because there are a lot of people who are angry with God. There are a lot of people who don't believe in spirituality. And then there's a lot of people who are, feel some type of way about interracial relationships and all these things. And this is what I'm standing on every day. And then being a woman that is trying to be successful or trying to be her own boss and independent. And then I'm standing on that too. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like I'm lost. When it comes to what I'm supposed to say next, what I'm supposed to feel next, because I don't know what to say or feel. I'm angry at society, and not in a way that's like where I'm bitter or I'm mad or I can't be functional in it, but in a way that I'm just like, we have so much to offer. We have so much to do on this earth, and we choose to do the bare minimum. We choose to take people's lives. We choose to play God. And we don't need to. You know, playing God is the most hardest job. Why would anybody in their right mind want to be God? Unless you really are Satan and you love Satan. Because that's Satan mentality. Why can't I have a heaven? Why can't I be like God? Why can't I be powerful? Because you're not. Because you're Satan and I'm God. And that's what it is. That's what God pretty much said.
It's a great idea.
Here you go.
You can have this.
You get what I'm saying?
These will look great.
But like, people want to play God. I don't understand. Why would you want to be God? All these souls that are hurting, all these souls that are lost, and you think that you could be in charge of that. I'm telling you, like, God makes me a leader and responsible for a little bit of people. And my anxiety is through the roof. So to be in charge and to be a leader of a world is crazy. Which is honestly why we, like... No, it's not that. Honestly, when it comes to, like, the presidency, I respect those people a lot more now. Some of them are, you know, what they are, but you get what I'm saying? Like, for people who put their line every day to want to make this country better, you know, like, it's a newfound respect because I'm not on the outside looking in. You know, I now see those type of people daily. I now see, like, being put into a position of leadership to where I'm like, okay, I have to do this. This is my purpose. You know, this is going to make the world better. I know that feeling now, and how isolating it is, and how much anxiety you get, and you're paranoid because there are people who are not okay with what I stand for. And that's fine. I'm not here to change their mind. I'm here to just be who I am. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just never, you know, like, people have been terrible to me. People have been racist to me my whole entire life. Like, that, I just thought that was a part of life. You know, that's a part of the society we live in. I got used to it and I got numb to it. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not saying if you feel like, well, that is a part of life, you can't change it, fine. You have every right to believe that. You know, and I'm not here trying to change people's hearts. I'm here trying to amplify the hearts of people who already are the lovers, the romantic, who may have gotten lost along the way because they've had a lot of terrible things happen to them. And a lot of people don't understand that because, you know, like, I understand, like, having a lot of things happen to you and then going out into society and being mad at the world. Want everybody to pay, and everybody that looks like that person, everybody that acts like that person, talks like that person, believes in the same thing that person used to believe in, I'm going to be mad at them. Right? I mean, that's why y'all come for me, right? Because I love God. I follow my dreams. I'm black. I'm a woman. I don't really believe in the whole stuff that society teaches us sometimes. I'm different. I'm weird. I'm awkward. So that is, I am the target. I'm target practice for these type of people. Because how dare I be something that they couldn't be? How dare I be happy after all the things that I've been through? And I'm sitting here miserable on my couch, sitting here miserable, sad. How dare you be happy? That's how they feel, right? To a point where they make you feel like you sad and depressed. Like, you gotta be sad and depressed to go out into your world, sad and depressed to go out in society. I don't want nobody who is a part of my life is feeling like they have to be here, that they are forced to be in my life. That's not a good feeling. So if it is too much for you because of the things I already know, like this is why when people walk out of my life, it hurts me, it angers me, because that's a natural response. I think everybody has that. But when I realize my purpose now, and I realize what comes with me, and the different pathways I have to make, and the different choices I have to make, and saying no when other people say yes, and isolate myself when other people are going out. Like, I wouldn't want that life either. Honestly, I wouldn't want to be friends with somebody in that life because of all the turmoil. But there are people who I know who are going to want to be in my life and who are going to want to love me. I know that. And, right now, I just think that now I used to be mad at the people that walked away or couldn't stay in my life, but now I understand why they had to leave. I totally get it. And a lot of those people and their personalities, they would not be able to be on this platform with me. They would not be able to handle this. And not saying that they're weak or anything like that. It's just a lot to ask of a person. It's a lot to want to fight for certain things and then ask people to be a part of that they just don't want to be. They like living in their safe environments, and that's fine. That's why people fight, so people can have those type of feelings of living okay in their safe environments and at home. But my thoughts will always be untraditional, unconventional, because they're not thoughts that come from me. Sometimes I'll be sitting here and I'll be like, nope, I'm not going to post that. No, I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to say this. I just want to sleep all day. I just want to just chill. And God's like, no, I need you to say something to some people. I need you to post this picture. I need you to do this. I need you to look for this. I need you to research this. And I need you to do it today. And I'm like, okay, but what if I get backlash? What if people get angry at me? What if people say hurtful things to me? What if I lose everything that I love? Is that what I asked you? This is how God talks to me, because I am a stubborn person. So this is how God talks to me. Is that what I asked you? What I asked you to do was post what I said, say this, get off, and go pray. And I'm like, no, I want to go shopping. I want to go hang out with friends. I want to go party. Is that what I told you to do? And so I've had to do that my whole life, where I've just sit in bed. People, there are times I've been depressed, but because I was isolated and I had those type of gifts, I was so sad all the time. Because I'm like, people don't understand this. Well, I'm going to tell people I hear from God. They're going to think I'm insane. They already think I'm crazy anyway. So now I'm going to add on hearing voices from God. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is the conversation I had with God. Oh, this is going to be fun. I've already been through isolation. I've already been through pain. You've already taken people I love away from me. What else I got to do? Then I start realizing the people that I lost, maybe in death. How much that they would want to be on this earth. How much they would want to live a life that we take so much for granted. You think, my grandma or anybody in my family who have passed away, I don't care how they were on this earth. I don't care how the life that they lived, the people that they hurt, the people that they loved, whatever the case may be. I don't care. You don't think that these people are ever thinking like, man, I wish I could just have a life to make mistakes again, to love people again, to hurt people again, to get it right, to not treat people like that. Because it didn't need to happen. Racism didn't need to happen. Making women feeling inferior didn't need to happen. But it did, because somewhere along the line, we stopped fighting. Somewhere along the line, we let society win. And I'm not saying that we have to go against society or the revolution. I'm not saying you have to be all like that, because that's exhausting. And you have bills. You can't always compromise yourself like that when you have kids and you have to go to work and you have a husband and you have a job and you have things that you have to stand for, that sometimes being a revolutionary has to take the background. But you still have that spirit. But there are other ways that you can be a revolutionary and change the parts in people's mind. It doesn't have to be in social justice work. It can be spirituality. It can be the way you live in your marriage. It can be the way that how you love friends. It can be the way that you are diverse and that you accept people in society for who they are, that you love everybody. That's not a flaw. But because we live in a society that's so sick, loving people and being honest and open and making mistakes is condemned. I'd rather you make mistakes constantly in my life and then finally say, I am just a messed up person, but I love you and I need help and I'm going to go get that help, than the simple fact that you just denied that you have done anything to me in my life. And I'm not saying I've been perfect in any shape or form, because I have done things and said things that have hurt people's feelings, have made people sad. And I had to live with that. And it was a place I didn't want to go. Because when I chose God and I chose spirituality, God did not hide anything from me. He made sure that I got everything that I put out and then some. So he put up that mirror. I didn't just get God's grace and I was just like, oh, I did all that bad stuff, so now I believe in God, it's covered, free will, so it's covered. No. God was like, okay, you want me? You want my heart? You want unconditional love where it's unwavering? Then I'm going to need you to do some stuff. And I talk to people about that in spirituality, and they say, well, why would you do all of this stuff for a guy? Why would you, put your faith in so much? Because I want to. Because I put my faith in other people. I put my faith in relationships and men. I put my faith in friendships. I put my faith in alcohol and drugs. I put my faith in different things like that. I put my faith in obsessing over things. And they always left me abandoned, sad, miserable. I never felt abandoned by God, because God never left me. People did. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I tell, I'm so big on spirituality, because it is so important. It's so important. And, right now I think I'm going through a weird transition time in my life, because I want to transition to be this person that God has called me to be. And I want to also create a safe place for the people that I love. That has always been my dream, to heal people with my words. And I didn't know what exactly that entitled, because I thought, God, like, if I'm going to live for you, that means I'm going to have to give up some things for you. Because I can't just say I am a child of God, or I can't just say I believe in God without giving up things. And trust me, it has been a battle, y'all, because the last couple of years, my faith and my spirit have been tested. And I have become a person that I thought I would never become.
Out of the tree.
You know, and that was what was the most challenging part, because I was like, oh, I'll never be this person. I'll never feel this way. And then I did. And I became that person. And I felt that way. And I was like, oh, this is what it feels like. This is what you're trying to teach me. To not judge. To love unconditionally. Because how am I supposed to love unconditionally? I love my son unconditionally. You know, there are people who, you know, I believe in God and spirituality and different things like that. And there are people who think that, like, what if your son does this? No, I'll still love him. But if he does things that's wrong, he's going to have to suffer the consequences. And I'll be there through that too.
Which shape on the sign looks like a tent?
You know, like, I just feel like I'm not afraid of life anymore.
One with the triangle.
I'm not afraid of life anymore. I'm not afraid of people anymore. I'm not afraid of getting hurt by people anymore. I'm not afraid of people walking away from me and leaving my life. I'm not anymore. And that is a big, huge milestone because of somebody who has had people walk out of their life and abandon me for no reason and for many of reasons. And it caused an abandonment issue. It caused me to have codependency issues. But I realized that was what was making me sick. That was what was causing me to be depressed, because I was codependent and I was so afraid to lose people. It didn't matter who it was. They could be the most evilest people.
What's that? You see Pete?
Imagine being so codependent and so afraid of abandonment that you will even allow a pedophile to be around your child just so they won't leave.
Pete switched the signs around.
That's when that deep-rooted issues, that's when they start coming into play.
I don't know which way to go. Look, each sign has a color pattern.
You're right, Daisy.
And I'm a person that I believe that I can sit and talk to anybody.
Yellow, blue.
I can sit and talk to somebody who is
We have to follow the path.
of a different race,
Color pattern.
of a different background, of a different culture,
Red, yellow,
who is saved, who is not saved,
Yellow,
who is a pastor, who is a stripper,
which path has the red, yellow, blue stone?
who doesn't drink, who drinks like a sailor. Is that a sailing? Is that a saying? I don't want to say that. That's bad. I don't want to say sailors. Not all sailors are like that.
come on, let's hurry
But, like,
before my suit gets cold.
That's the way, like, that's just the way I've been able to operate. And I can allow, like, I can still be a spiritual person. I can still love Jesus Christ. And I can still sit here next to a person and allow them to take shots,
I'm bringing
drink whiskey,
and we're bringing him my mini strawberry.
and still vibe with them.
Yum, 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 yum.
Because that's not, I don't feel like, if it's to a point where if I feel like it's harming you, then I'm going to keep quiet. But if I feel like this, you know, alcohol or drugs or codependency or this person or being abused or whatever, domestic violence, if I feel like that's harming you, I'm going to give an opinion. I'm just going to say, hey, this looks like this is harming you and you might need to go get help.
Giant boulder.
Why no?
But if I really love you, I'm going to really fight for you. And I'm going to really be angry. And I'm going to really be mad. And I'm going to really be disappointed. And I'm going to really do, you know, really say things. And I'm going to really make you really see that you don't have to live like that.
Mickey? Maybe one of our musketeers can
Because I know,
Let's find out.
you know, I know drinking and doing all of that stuff. I know that's fun. I know it is. I'm not saying that if you do this on the regular, if you do that at all, that you're a bad person. I don't believe that, because I know some of the best people who drink like fish.
The big boulder? Well, maybe.
But they just, that's just their problem. They drink.
Oh, you know what that means? It's time for the
And some of them are good, kind. I had a neighbor who was the most kind-hearted person that you will ever meet. And by face value, you would think like, okay, this man is racist. Okay, like that's what I thought. This man is very racist.
should help lift this boulder
was the most sweetest man I've ever met. Throughout the years of my life, he goes, I wish you were my daughter.
The boulder up on the other side.
I'm talking about redneck as they come. I'm living in the South of Georgia. He goes to NASCAR all the time.
4,
I mean, I'm talking about like redneck. And that's me being his neighbor, me having a conversation with him.
counting.
He got to know me. I got to know him. He saw how I moved. He saw that I, was a good person. And that just changed him, I guess. But I don't know who he was before that. I don't know if he was a blazing racist before that or whatever. Because the person that I got was his authentic self.
Goofy's tent.
And that's what I get for people. That's why when people are like, man, like, you can be this open and you can be this authentic and you can be this honest and you can go out here and say these things and fight for racism and all this stuff. You can do all of this stuff and not be afraid. Yeah, because people who have like the most broken hearts, who have the most hateful hearts, they come to me because I'm relatable.
Use roller skates to go over the
Because I've been through what they've been through. Regardless, they still see me as a person. That's why people talk to me. That's why it's so easy for people to come to me and cry to me and talk to me. Because I'm an authentic person. I don't have any ulterior motives, no matter what color you are. I don't care who you are.
Let's hurry while the soup is still hot.
That's how I've always been. And that's the way God has made me. So that's when people see me as being a diverse person or they see me loving on people. It's just the spirit that God gave me. I don't know why I was born with this. Especially having this spirit and living in America. I don't know why I was. But I was. That people from everywhere just kind of gravitate towards me, not in a way that I feel like I'm better or I'm a narcissist or I'm just like, yeah, people love me. No, it's a simple fact that because I believe in God and because they believe in God, or maybe their spirit is searching for spirituality, they come for me. And I love those type of people. I love those type of people that are looking for God. Because they'll just sit and talk about it. People, and then people are always like, well, I don't, all the things that I've been through in life, why would I want to go to God? Why should I go to God? Why would God want to help me? That's the reason you should go. None of us are perfect. None of us. Even the people who are in spirituality, even the people who believe in God every day, even people who are standing in the pulpit, even people who go to church every Sunday, even people who you see are the most, loving, righteous people, nobody's perfect. And that's the whole point. This is what people need to get you to realize, that you don't have to be that.
It's a little old lady.
Excuse me.
That you can have a life with God and not a life without God and feel like you have to choose people or choose drugs or choose depression or choose sadness as a way to cope through the things that you've been through. Because don't let people who have hurt you, who have abused you, who have put you in situations win.
Do little old ladies have big
I talk about my father who has been absent in my life. And people are like, how can you do that? It looks like you hate your father. I don't hate my father. But my father was not in my life. So this is the story he gave me.
Who is this?
If he was in my life and he did the best he could, then that would be my story.
How could you?
But he was never in my life. So all I have to do is tell this story. And I tell this story because there are people who live like me, who are going through the same thing, who are children who grew up without their fathers, who fathers want nothing to do with them, who fathers are incapable of being fathers because of the things that they're going through, or, just mental illness or whatever, alcohol, whatever is the reason why they're not in their children's life, whatever reasons that they have. We as children don't understand that until we become adults and we have our own children, or we just become adults and we make peace with the situation. I talk about it because there are children who are sitting at home, who are trying to understand why their father isn't coming home, who are upset at their mothers, who are blaming their mothers, who are doing the best they can. Because there are mothers out there who are terrible mothers, and there are mothers out there who are really good mothers doing the best they can. And some of those children are being raised by their mothers, and they're trying to understand, well, why am I not like other people? Why don't I have a father? I wish I had a dad. And I know that that is something that a lot of people in this world don't understand. And they think that you shouldn't ever, it should just go away. God gave you 2 parents for a reason. So when you have an absent and you don't have that, and I'm not saying that there aren't women out there who have raised good men by themselves. There are men out there who have raised children by themselves. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, but there comes a time where we have to realize that we need each other. Regardless of our personalities, regardless of our money, regardless of what we bring to the table, that we just need each other spiritually. You need your father's spirit in your life. You want to have the man who births you ideologies. You don't want to have some random man who tries to tell you what to believe, what to do this, do that, because he thinks that you have daddy issues, tell you this doctrine that is crazy and makes you look crazy because he wants to control you. And I spent years being angry at him. I spent years being upset. But it didn't change anything. He didn't walk through the door and comfort me when I was angry. It didn't change the fact that this is the life that I was dealt. Nothing changed. So my anger wasn't doing anything. Then it turned to sorrow. Then it turned into pain. Then it turned into depression. It turned into a lot of stages. You get what I'm saying? And that's what people don't realize. They think that you got to get over it. You're not a child anymore. You're an adult now. I know. But now I'm becoming a man, or now I'm becoming a woman. And I don't know the proper things sometimes. Sometimes I feel like I'm just not ahead in life. And I think that that's a universal lesson. I met a lot of people who were black who didn't have fathers, whites who didn't have fathers, Asian, Hispanic. And that's why my voice is universal and why so many people gravitate to it, because so many people are going through what I'm going through. And that's okay. But it doesn't have to be the end of the world. You don't have to be sad. I isolate myself because for my purpose. I isolate myself so I can heal you guys. So I can listen to God. So I cannot do what everybody else is doing, and I can make my own decisions. Stay creative. But that's just life. And people get mad at that. People are always mad. Whatever decision I make, people are always mad. And I realize, what are you so mad for? I have watched people make crazy decisions, hurtful decisions, and I still allow them to be who they need to be. Let people get closer to God. Let people have a spiritual life, and let people do it how they do it. Y'all keep judging people for their lifestyles. Oh, you claim you talk about God, but you doing this, you doing that. And there'll be people who don't even bother. I'm not talking about people who use God and they take it and they take God's name in vain and they take advantage of people. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who are just not, they're not perfect, the misfits. The ones who don't fit in. And you still believe in a spiritual lifestyle, but people believe that you don't look like you don't look the certain way. You don't act a certain way. You don't believe in a certain way. This is why I keep to myself, because I'm like, nobody can stop me from praying. Nobody can stop me from believing in God. They may isolate me. They may not want to come around me. They may laugh at me, talk about me, write little things in my comments, send me messages, turn everybody around me against me. They may do that, but they still can't stop the fact that I'm going to have a relationship with God. And I realize that. Why would anybody, why does people care so much that you go to God? Because then you won't go to them. Then you start changing your lifestyle and start doing things, and you won't be the party girl or the party boy anymore. Then you're no fun, and they have no use for you, right? But anybody that's your friend, or anybody that loves for you, whatever spiritual path that you take, they still gonna rock with you. Because even if you don't smoke or drink or do this anymore, that they're like, well, that's still my spiritual friend. He's still gonna have my back. He's still gonna just be a spiritual person. He's just different. She's still gonna be as, my friend. She's still gonna be as, have my back. She's just gonna have my back spiritually, instead of have my back in a way that we were clubbing together or doing different things together. But people don't look at it like that. They think, like, how dare you just turn your life over to Jesus? You'll believe Jesus. I remember I had a family member tell me, you don't need God. Just worship me. And you ain't got to die on no cross for me. That's what he told me. You don't got to die on no cross for me. So why don't even believe in God or Jesus? Just believe in me. I'm your God. This was a man that was a father figure in my life. Told me this. And that's when I realized, I said, what is everybody's problem about God? It's because people want to be served. And you have a love that's unconditional, and you give that love to God. People would die to be worshiped like that. People will do anything to have that type of love. And all they have to do is just turn your spirit a little bit, turn your heart a little bit, make you think like them, behave like them, and then they have that type of spirit in their life. All I gotta do is replace God in this is what they think. All I gotta do is replace God in her life, and I'll be good. All I gotta do is get rid of that God stuff, and I'll be good. She'll start serving me, bowing down to me. Whoa.
Good luck, Mickey. And remember,
I remember people used to get upset because I'd be like, just thank God for all this. Why are you thanking God for? Why does that bother you? You want me to thank you? Fill your ego? What is you are filled with, that's how the devil thinks. That's why the devil was cast out of heaven, because he was thinking that I can be better than God. I can do God better than God can. Huh? That's how people be acting. Like they could be the God in your life. Serve me, worship me, do what I say. Follow my words. Stop listening to that nonsense. Stop going to church. It ain't serving you. You ain't getting nowhere. God ain't got your back. Look at all the things that you losing. Look at the people that you like. Look at your life. You ain't nobody. God ain't got you. That's what they gonna say. That's what they say to you. Why you serving God? Why you spending all that time in the church? For what? Why you wasting all your time? Are you gonna change? You gonna act like you uppity? Or you a hypocrite? You this. Because they're losing control. Because you're starting to love yourself more. You're starting to put God first. You're starting to achieve your dreams. And they like, hold on now, you getting further without me. So that means you either going to abandon me or I got to step up my game. And I'm not going to step up my game, so I'm going to cause havoc so you'll never leave me, or that you don't even have the capacity, the mind frame, the energy, the space, the spiritual fight, or the spirituality to leave me. Because you ain't going to leave me, and then I'm going to sit here and watch you be happier without me, watch you love God and have a good life and forgive. That's never going to happen, because I'm never going to be that person. I'm going to ruin your life until you die, because I cannot control the fact that I have abandonment issues. That I want to be the God in your life. I want you to serve me. I want you to love me like that. I want you to tell the world about me like that. Not you tell the world about God. Why are you wasting your time? This is what people used to tell me. And I used to look at them like, are you crazy? God will always be first and foremost in my life. God will always be who I serve. God will always be the head front in my life. No matter what I do. No matter what I'm in. No matter what journey I'm on. No matter if I'm by myself. No matter if I'm in the grave. No matter what I am. God will be my refuge forever. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior forever. That's who I choose. I'm not choosing nothing else. And I'm sorry if that hurts you. I'm sorry if you losing a friend. I'm sorry if you losing a buddy. I'm sorry if you losing a friend. I'm sorry if you losing a cousin. I'm sorry if you losing a daughter. I'm sorry if you losing a smoke buddy. I'm sorry if you losing a drinking buddy. I'm sorry if you losing a whatever. I'm sorry, but I had to give my life to God. I had to give my life to Jesus Christ, and I don't regret it. And I will do it again and again, and I'll make the mistakes, and I will keep doing it again, and I'll bump my head, and I'll keep doing it again, and I will make the mistakes, and I will be confused, and I will keep doing it again, and I will keep choosing Jesus, and I will keep over and over and over and over and over and over and over keep choosing Jesus. I will always choose Jesus. I will always choose God, for I will never be without Him, ever. And I know this may sound funny to you. I know this may be hilarious to you. You may say she is losing it. I'm not losing it, baby. I have found what I'm here for. I have found my purpose. And if I die tomorrow, I have known that I have left something that I am proud of. There is no other God but the one that I serve. That's how I feel. I will give my life for Him. At any time in my life, at any stage of my life, at any place in my life, at any moment of my life, I will give my life for Him. And if that is too much for you, that's too religious for you, that's too passionate about God for you, that's fine. But you cannot force your way and bully your way into my life, because you're hurting because I chose God over you. You're going to be hurting for a long time, because I will always choose God. I've been a spiritual woman since the day I came out of my mother's womb. I was supposed to die. I wasn't even supposed to be here, but here I am. I was 4 pounds cute. 4 pounds cute, y'all. Wasn't be a little bitty thing. Wasn't gonna be no powerful. I wasn't trying to be powerful. I was always little and scrawny. People were always bullying me because I was little and scrawny and nerdy. Then I became a woman. And I became a powerful woman. You know why I'm a powerful woman? Because I'm a powerful woman of God. And I will pray. I will get on my face. I will do whatever it takes to have a relationship with God. There is nothing I wouldn't do for God.
Or the Mystery Mouse Tool. What can we use to put the baby bear back to sleep?
You have no idea the hell that I have been through. You have no idea the turmoil that I have been through. So when I am passionate about God, it's for a reason. I can't sell you anything. And God is not going to beg you to love him. This is what I'm telling you. I want y'all to know. Hear it from me today. That I belong and I am a child of God. And if I promise you, if you, cause I'm getting hot, y'all. I'm turning up. I'm getting closer to God, y'all, and I'm getting hot. So you're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like the new Kara. You're not gonna like that I ain't your road dog no more. And it's gonna hurt you. It's gonna break your heart. And you're mad at me because you're saying, how dare you choose something that you can't see over me when I've been there for you? Ain't that what they thinking right now? How dare you? You ain't got to give your life to God. Give your life to me. I'm giving my life to God. I'm giving everything. I'm surrendering everything.
Is the music box working? Yeah, the baby bear.
I am surrendering everything.
Hi, baby bear. Come on, let's tiptoe away. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe.
Because this has been the hardest battle in my life. I wanted to make sure that before I got baptized and before I got, totally committed my life to God, that it was serious. And I was serious.
There it is. The musical man.
And I am and I the church that I go to, it's we're learning about full surrender. And it's so funny that I say that because I'm like, that's exactly the message for our church this year is surrender. So I just love God, y'all. Like, I don't know where it come from. I don't know why I'm like this, but I just love him. And to feel like I feel, to see like the times that I was just not supposed to be here, to see the times that I'm like, how did I not get arrested? How did I not die? How did I not get clunked up with them? How did I make it out? And the only thing I did different was pray. That's the only thing I did. I mean, I'm like this, and the times I pray where I'm like, this ain't doing nothing. It's not working. He's not hearing me. God doesn't hear me. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, I'm still talking about God 30 years later. Like, oh my God. I hate it. I hate that this is the life that has been chosen for me. Not a hate like oh my gosh, I'm sad. I'm just joking, being sarcastic, but I will save as much people as I can.
We use the safety scissors to get the apple off the tree.
I will be
How?
try to be there for people as much as I can. And I'm excited to see what's in store for me. And
Fingers and help me snip the apple stem. Ready? And
I'm excited to see what's in store for you too. You know, don't worry about the haters. Don't worry about the naysayers. I was so stressed out about that this morning. It was heavy on my heart. I was like, man, these haters. But God's just so much. It's so much better to just be on His side. So much better to wake up and think about Him and pray for people and love on people. It just feels better. You know?
you did it. You got the biggest golden
But
apple for me.
I hope you guys choose God. I am getting baptized here pretty soon. I'm a nervous wreck. I am. I'm a nervous wreck because I'm a person that does things and I take it very seriously when I do them. So it's just kind of like my oath, my public the declaration to people that I am a follower of Jesus Christ, and it is I'm nervous. I just hope that I'm worthy, and I hope I do God good. And after this baptism, I don't think I'll ever be the same. So, and that's the point. That's the point. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been talking and praying all morning. My mouth is so dry. I am so tired. But I love y'all. Stay prayed up. Stay loved and keep loving. And never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. Babe Ruth. All right. Peace.